Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Latihan Pemantauan Malaysia. My metric number is 01DKP21F2007. I'm a marine engineering student, and the purpose of this video is for my lecturer to review my internship so far. So I took a little bit of a different route than my friend who are supposedly having their internship on board ship as a cadet intern. So, in my case, I did my internship onshore in a company called Schlumberger. So Schlumberger is actually an oil and gas service company, and basically they provide services to clients such as Carigali, Jetstone, and ExxonMobil. So basically, these big company like Carigali and Jetstone and so on, they bought a well, and they need our help to produce product from the well. So in my case, I was assigned under a segment called wireline, and in bracket, product service delivery, PSD. So basically for wireline, we provide our client with data login. So whether it be we do exploration or whether we do something like data collecting, is basically it's like we have a well. Like okay, first we try to find there's a source of oil. So during the exploration, we suspect there's this area that have oil. So after that, we basically, after the other process of like drilling and so on, we came into the action, and we bring down our tools into the well to collect the sample to see whether the well can or not produce the product that we want, such as gas, petrol, or even worst comes to worst, it produces water. So we don't need that lah. So we want the client want this data, so to whether or not they want to invest into the well. So that's where we come into place. So besides data collecting, we also do well intervention processes, such as, and one of the most that I'm familiar with, called perforation. So for perforation, let's say we have a well, right? We have a well, and it already produce petroleum and gas, and so we expect the well to produce this much. Let's say like 20,000 barrel of oil per year. Let's say like I don't know the exact number. So we expect it to produce that much in 3 years, and after 3 years, the well is starting to slow down because we already start off all the resources, right? So for intervention, after certain amount of time, the client want to see whether the well can produce more product. So for perforation, before perforating, we will explore it, we will collect sample, and let's say we see, okay, oh, this well can produce more product. So we contact our client and we say this well still has potential to produce money and so on. And then let's say let's say the client want us to intervene the well to produce more product. So basically we will bring down a set of tools that are called a gun. So basically it's like a meriam, you know. So basically there's a long tube of tools, and inside the tool we will load it with explosive. The way it works is this explosive will specifically shoot an area. It's not like a bomb, but it's more like a gun, you know. It will shoot straight through the well punya dinding, and then it will go straight to the source, and the source can penetrate, and then and yeah, you know, it can produce more product lah basically. So yeah, that's wireline. So in my case specifically, I'm working for logistic part of it. So basically, before these tools can be sent to rig or well, we need to have to declare it to the custom first. So that's where I come into place. That's my main job as an intern for Wireline Product Service Delivery. So first of all, we will receive an order. Let's say we have this well and we have this contract with the client, and then we set this date, what the process we will do for this date and this date. Okay, so for this, we already plan all this ahead of time. So when we want to execute it, we cannot send every tool there because there's a limited amount of area that we can store our tools. So basically, we need to plan it ahead of time because after we're done with one process, to move on to the other process, we need to send the first batch of tools and then we send it back, send the other tools. So for this cam and backload and loadout, we need to declare it to custom. So yeah, that's one for me. So the engineer will contact my manager here and they say, Chief, the work is done. We want to proceed with this operation. Can you send this tool? So my manager will contact me through email and he will assign me to the job. Like basically, the email will say, Lokman, please send this tool using this basket to which rig. So and then I have to create this thing called manifest. So in manifest, I have to include the amount of container, the amount of tools, and the details of it. So yeah, and then I email it to my logistic team and they will declare it to custom. So after I'm done with manifest, I need to go through the certificate of the container, and for this container there's a period of time of inspection they must go through. So every inspection can last from 6 months to 1 year, depending on client. So after this period of time, we need to reset it. So I need to request for a reset and the inspection team will come and inspect it. After I'm done with that, I will request for a lifting preparation where they basically check the safety pin, check the stencil. The stencil referring to the name, to the serial number of the container that must be pasted on the container, and the weight of the container, the load and everything. So that's stencil, and I have to check the pocket lift and so on and so forth. After the lifting prep is done, I will go walk around and do my own inspection before my mentor contact a client to come and do, not really client but depending on the job. But I usually contact TPI, which is third party inspection. They will do basically they will come and they check this container and they will tell the client, Chief, this container is ready to go. So if all the requirements are met and the checklist and everything is done, only then can the container move out. So yeah, that's my daily job. So for my internship, from July, August, September, October, November, the first 4 months was very busy because the client are trying to complete this process as fast as they can before November and December hit, because this is the time where monsoon is coming, right? So during the monsoon, the operation, there's not much operation that can be done because all the rough sea and so on. So yeah, so most of my time invested into this logistic thingy to send out tools to the rig. So besides doing this, I also spend most of my time when I'm done with the logistic thing lah. So I will go to my mechanic teams and I will try to include myself in their their operation in the base. So in our base, there's a group called mechanic that are specifically for wireline. There's other segment also, but I will just talk about wireline. So basically, these guys will do maintenance on units that are going to offshore. So units that I'm referring to are the things that are other than containers, that are other than containers and tools that are required for an operation to be done. So one of the unit that I'm talking about are DEPS, which is diesel or power skid, and then we have MAS. MAS is basically a derrick, but it's portable. So yeah, and then we have CLC, which is a cabin where you can log in data. Basically, our tool will go down the well, and the data collected into the computer in the CLC. So you go inside the CLC to read out the data lah. And after that, we also have WDDS, which is winch drum drive skid, which are the winch that we'll be using to lowering down our tools into the well. And then we also have OSU FERM. So OSU FERM is basically just combination of DEPS, CLC, and WDDS. So the one I've done maintenance on, that I've included myself to do maintenance on, DEPS. So DEPS is basically a diesel or power skid. It's basically it's a generator combined with a pump, combined with an air compressor, and yeah, those three. So the thing is, it's so compact, you know. It is such a small skid, but it can do a lot of tasks. So it is powered by diesel. So basically, there's an engine there that can, there's a generator that are producing electricity and also moving the pump and the compressor, the air compressor. So this DEPS can actually produce three things. It can create electricity power. It can be used for, it's not really a pump, but the main thing that it is pumping is actually a hydraulic oil. So basically it can supply a hydraulic oil to other units such as MAS and WDDS, and also we have the air compressor. Okay, so these DEPS can be started in three ways. In two ways. Is whether using air, which is its own pneumatic system, or manually we can use pumping system, which is, we can use hydraulic system, which is we manually pump the hydraulic into the DEPS and to start it. So the maintenance that I've done to the DEPS are things like changing the sensor for the exhaust gas and changing the sensor for the coolant. And I also tested the overspeed sensor, and the mechanic also give me chance to start up the DEPS itself. So everything is controlled there. You don't need another unit to control the DEPS. Everything is like there, control panel. You can do that. And there's also a DB inside there. So it's so compact and so, I don't know how to say it. It's cool. Yeah. I also joined the mechanic teams to do quality check on the DEPS. So during the quality check, they're basically just checking whether the DEPS is starting or not. Of course, before we sending offshore, of course the DEPS needs to be running, and then we tested all the sensors, and we checking all the connection, and most of the QC is actually checking the part number of each component of the DEPS. So yeah. So after that, beside DEPS, I also joined WHE team, which is WHE stands for Wellhead Equipment. So basically it's just a safety equipment that are used for a well. So basically well head equipment, right? So on the head of the well, there's an equipment for safety. So I give you one example of the tools inside the WHE are BOP, which is blowout prevention. So basically it's like a valve. So when you, in case of emergency and we want to close out the well, the BOP will close up and it will cut our tools and then it seal off the well. So this is a safety measure basically. So for the maintenance that we've done is actually we're just doing fit, which is when the equipment are coming back from offshore, we have arrive at our warehouse, we have to clean it up and we do pressure check and everything. So I involve myself in those. And beside that, I've also been doing technical presentation on our morning meeting. So every day before everyone is move out and doing their own job, we do a meeting inside a room to basically to discuss the job, the upcoming job and the ongoing jobs and so on. So during this meeting, at the start of it, I will do presentation. So far I've done 3 presentations for rig up equipment, for mechanical lifting, and I also do presentation on DOP, which is Derrick Offshore Portable, which basically it is must, but people here calling it a must, but its actual name is DOP. So yeah, I've been exposed to that, and for the first 2 weeks actually, I'm not allowed to do hands-on job because in Schlumberger, the one most important things above all are safety. So in the first week of my internship, I have to go through a program called SIPP, which is Schlumberger Injury Prevention Program, and I have also go to NEST, which is New Employee Safety Training. So this program and training are providing new employee, interns and so on with safety awareness and safe work area, so how we can do a job safely. So yeah, and before that, after that, only after we receive our cert, I mean it's an internal cert, but still after that, after we receive, we can do hands-on job lah. So beside that, I also include myself in a UTP walk around through our warehouse. I basically I walk with them, and if I'm basically a tour guide lah. So yeah, that's it. So I cannot take up too much time. It's already way above our limit. So yeah, thank you again to Mr. Sharil bin Muhammad Fauzi, and I see you in Poly. Goodbye.